Oh, I got it. I should do Umi next. Of course, I should do Umi next. Yes, let us finish up the main three, the second years. I don't know how gay she's going to be, considering how she doesn't like shameless things too much. But who knows? We shall see. Yeah, Umi may surprise me at the end of this. So, it's time to go through all the data and find out. But first, it is cold. I want to put on a hoodie. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm ready. Pew pew, time for the anime. In episode 2 of season 1, Umi gives Honoka that look because she looks at Umi with that dork face of hers. Then in episode 7, there was a bunch of Umi Ellie angst, and I am here for it. Umi was also amazed by Ellie's dancing. Like, whoa, she wants to see Ellie dance. And then in episode 8, Umi blushy blushed when Ellie said she'd be willing to help them out with their dancing. Hooray! In episode 9, there's a brief Umi Ellie moment, and Umi confirms that Honoka motivates her. Why is that gay? It just is. And then in episode 11, there's the Koto Umi-ness again. In episode 12, there's some cute Hono Umi in the beginning, and then it's the Kotumi angst later on. I do love how Umi waited for Kotori to talk to her in this scene. And then in episode 13, you can tell that she doesn't want Kotori to leave, and she wants to tell her that, but she doesn't want to say anything because she wants Kotori to admit it herself. God damn it, the angst in season 1. Anyways, on to season 2. In episode 7 of season 2, yes, that weird weight loss episode, Umi gives a lot of tough love to Honoka in this episode. And Dio makes Frieren question Umi's love for Honoka, but Kotori reassures her that Umi indeed does love Honoka. Okay, in episode 10, Umi said Ellie looks enchanting in her shrine maiden outfit. And then in episode 11, there's some more Umi Ellie again. The feels. And then in episode 13, there's the Honomaki and Umimaki holding them hands. And then in the movie, when Honoka got separated on the train and she got lost, Umi was super worried about her. And she gave her some more tough love. And it ended with a nice, sweet hug. Hono Umi isn't my favorite ship by far, but I do appreciate the tough love moments because we know Umi means well and she cares for Honoka very, very much. And then the PVs. There's a lot more stuff in the PVs, I think. So let me see. In the first PV, there's Umi Ellie. In the second PV, there's another Umi Ellie. In the third PV, what is up with their necks? And then in the fourth PV, they do that whole thing where they give chocolate to someone on Valentine's Day, and I assume it's still probably gay. And then in the fifth single, there's again more Umi Ellie. And then in the sixth single, again, there's Umi Ellie and Maki. Sure, let's just get the whole Soldier Game trio involved with this. Damn, Umi was hella gay in the PVs. And time for the manga. In chapter 4 of the manga, when Umi was hesitant to become a school idol with Honoka, she saw how hard Honoka was going to work to become a school idol despite the struggles she had in the beginning. She said Honoka was her best friend and comrade in arms, and she wants to run up to her and help her, which she should have just done immediately. And then in chapter 13, this thing happened with Umi. Then in chapter 17, Umi had a gay panic when she was doing some sit-ups with Honoka. Then in chapter 22, Umi embraces Honoka to comfort her, because Honoka doesn't want the school to close down. And then in the final chapter of the manga, chapter 38, there is some Umimaki for a change. School idol diary times. Okay, as we know, Umi and Honoka had a fight, and they make up at the end of chapter 2 of season 1, and it's all good and dandy. Also, this Koto Umi bit afterwards is pretty nice. Thank you, Umi, for appreciating Kotori. She is quite underappreciated, I feel like. Then in chapter 2, Umi is nervous. She will see Maki's pantsu. Chapter 4 is a whole bunch of Umimaki goodness. I just love it so much. Like, she stands up for Maki so she could stay a school idol. It's because in the manga, this version of Umi can relate to Umi more and understand how she feels about the legacy of their families. 'Cause Maki's dad sucks. It's just so good. Chef's kiss. So good. And then in chapter 12, there's just some random Umi Nico. Because why not? And I approve of this. In chapter 13, Umi is clearly very popular with them ladies. And then there was some Umi Ellie. It was a pretty wholesome chapter, I must say. Not totally gay at all. My heart loves it so much. And then in chapter 19, I think, Umi is kinda gay. Or Honoka, just a tad. But wait. She even holds hands with Honoka. Damn, Umi, that's shameless. Even for you. In chapter 1 of season 2, Umi is quite gay. And then in chapter 3, Umi doesn't mind that Honoka might break her arm off in this haunted house, which doesn't mind very much because, you know, she's been gay for Honoka since they were kids. And I also think very few people convince Umi to go into a haunted house. And Honoka is definitely one of them. Then, in chapter 4, that hug though. I totally didn't think she was going in for a kiss for a second, but you know. And then in chapter 1 of volume 3, there's some slight Nozomi here. Some rare pair of crumbs that I very much approve of. Nozomi heard Umi practicing her singing, and Umi was very happy that Nozomi approved. Okay, I think I can look into the special edition of the School Idol Diary for Umi, because in chapter 3, Umi gives Maki the head pats she deserves. Maki is nice. It's very nice. The School Idol Diary just knows how to feed me very well. Stiff time. In chapter 12 part 3, I took this as the Maki moment, sure. In chapter 19 part 4, Umi admits she thinks of Katori during rainy days. In chapter 3 part 1, Honoka compliments Umi's archery uniform, and she makes Umi too gay to function. In chapter 24 part 1, there's this Umi Ellie moment. Damn, I was just Porky Pig there. In chapter 26 part 2, Umi doesn't like being teased by her lily white girlfriends. Okay, I'm finally done with the main stuff I usually do. Time for the other things, like the art and whatnot. Final stretch. Let's do this. Let's go to Umi art, Umi Rin art, Umi Maki art, and Umi Nico art. Okay, then for the songs, as we know, there's the angsty Kono Umi song, Anemone Heart, but there's also the Umi Ellie song, Storm and Lover. Yes, yeah, this song's pretty shameless, especially if it's involving Umi, so it's double the shamelessness. Okay, that's done. Just like, wow. That was way more data than I thought. I was not expecting Umi to be this gay. Like, I thought she'd be more Katori's level. But nope. Umi had way more content than I thought she did. So I guess thank you, Umi, for that. I originally thought it'd be a lot easier to decide where to put Umi on this list, but it's a lot harder than I thought. Okay, so where is Umi going to be?
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Okay, got it. I have decided Umi shall be in the gayest category. Yay. Yeah, that sounds about right. She was definitely more gay than I thought she was gonna be, but not as like high as probably Nozomi is gonna be when I get to that. So that's why I think this decision was best. And again, who knows? This will probably change for me, but whatever. That's where she go for now. Okay, I'm finally done with the second years. I think I'll go to the first years next. Sounds about right, since they were the next trio to be dragged into Honoka's idol hell. Who shall be first? Of the Maki, Rin, Pana, who shall be first? Come on, brain, help me out here, please.